What is up? Welcome to the Better Mix Series Day 5. Today I'm going to show you a really simple way how to add a unique slapback effect to your vocal, and specifically for those of you that just recorded live and didn't have a click track, this is just a simple way on how to get a really cool sounding slapback for your vocal. Before I get into that, please go download my vocal presets bundle. If you're confused about how to EQ vocals, how compression works, or adding saturation creatively to your vocals, this bundle is going to get you there and help you understand how to use these tools creatively and musically for your own vocals. There's over 30 presets for EQ, compression, and saturation, and you get a free training video that shows you how to put these into your computer and how to manipulate them so that they will work for your own vocals. All right, so go grab that at www.cellardoorsound.co/free presets or click the link in the description. Let's get into this. So I have a new song today that's a little bit different than the one we've been doing the past few days, but it's a perfect song for this slapback style technique, and let's listen to the song first.
I know as I go down on your darkest road, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard.
All right, awesome. So this was recorded live. It was actually to video as well with a camera. And we didn't do a click track. It was just straight him playing the guitar and singing. So I wanted to do a creative slapback effect with his vocal, but unfortunately in GarageBand, you can't do anything with milliseconds. It's all two clicks, so beats per minute. If you're confused on that, no worries. So I'm going to walk you through what to do in this situation. So the first thing that we're going to do, and it kind of goes along with the past few videos that I've done, when doing effects inside of GarageBand, I try not to just grab the sends, ambience, and reverb. I like to have separate tracks for my effects. It just makes it easier mixing, and it's more musical because you're creatively mixing it in there versus, you know, oh, I need less reverb. Okay, go to every single track that has reverb and then turn down the reverb. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do this is I'm going to click on our track here. This is Mike, and I'm going to go to New Track with Duplicate Settings. All right, so we're going to name this, double click, and name this Vocal Slap Back. All right, and then I'm going to click on the region that our vocal is on, and I'm going to Option, click and drag down. And you just want to make sure that it's still lined up. Luckily, GarageBand doesn't let you get too far. Once I have that, I'm going to double click on our vocal slapback. We're actually going to get rid of one of these compressors because we don't really need it. So turn that off. And then we are going to go to delays and tape delay. All right, and so since we want more of a slapback effect, I'm going to hit this note guy right here. And we are going to go to, where are you at? 1/16. So this is 16th note delay. So this is based off of your BPM, your tempo, which is up here, which we don't really have, but it's going to give us a good starting point. So I'm going to hit this little headphone to solo our vocal slapback. And what we're going to do is we're going to push play and listen to that slapback, and it's going to kind of be off time, and I'm going to grab this deviation percentage, and I'm going to go up or down depending on what I'm hearing and try and find where it's not all over the place and it's kind of creative and interesting. So we're going to start at 0, push play, and we'll move it around.
I know as I go down on your darkest road, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard.
Cool, so that's pretty close. So you could hear when I first played it at 0, it kind of sounded like it was all over the place, and then I grabbed this deviation and moved the timing by percentage to just make it more in time, but still not like perfectly in time. All right, so that is done. The next thing that we want to do is go to our low cut and high cut here. I typically like to take my low cut and move it to about 200 to 250 hertz. This just gets rid of all the low warm sound out of the slapback because you normally don't have that in a really great sounding room. And so it's going to cut out all the frequencies below 200 hertz. And I'm going to go to my high cut, and we're going to put that at about 6K. That way our S's aren't too crazy and loud. And then we have our dry and wet percentage. So dry percentage is the amount of the vocal without any effects, without any of the delay that is going to come through this plugin. And wet is the amount of actual delay we get. So if I move this dry to 0 and wet to 100%, it sounds like this.
I know as I go down all your
So it's kind of hard to tell, but that is the wet. So let's bring it to dry, and we should have no delay at all.
I know as I go down all your darkest road.
Perfect. So I want this dry to be at 0%, and I want this wet to be at 100%. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bump up this feedback. This is just the amount of delays that you're going to get after it hears that initial vocal. We're going to bump that up just a little bit. All right. Perfect. So then the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to add one more plugin on the top of this. And we're going to go to Distortion, Distortion 2. Okay. So if you have my preset bundle, you are going to have a bunch of presets that look just like this when you pop this up. And I'm going to select the warm vocal preset that I made. All right, so this is going to take that digital sounding delay. It's just going to add a little bit of warm distortion on there to make it more interesting and not just so digital sounding, basically. Okay, so we're good in there. Now I'm going to unsolo this vocal slapback. I'm going to turn it all the way down. We're going to push play, and I'm going to bring up this volume of the slapback slowly to a spot that's just underneath the vocal. So the vocal's still coming up front, but you get that nice layered effect underneath it.
I know as I go down all your darkest road, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. Oh, 'cause I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are.
Awesome. So now we have a really cool, interesting slapback that has some distortion on it. It's cleaned up. It's not messing with the mix. Let's do a little before and after of what we've done. So I'm going to mute the vocal slapback, and let's hear a couple lines to see how this sounds.
I know as I go down all your darkest road, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard.
All right, let's turn on our slapback.
I know as I go down all your darkest road, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard.
Awesome. That's it. That's our vocal slapback. It definitely added some character, and it made it sound like it was in kind of a cool room, and it works really good for more upbeat tracks just like this one, even if you have a full band and not just an acoustic guitar. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions over anything I went through in this video, just please put them in the comments, and I'll definitely get to those. And definitely go grab my Ultimate Vocal Presets bundle. We use the distortion saturation preset that I had for warm vocal on this, and it works so well even on vocals. And if you're confused on how to set EQ and compression for vocals and where to set the settings and what the settings even mean, definitely go grab my Ultimate Vocal Presets bundle, because that comes with a free training that walks you through what these presets are, how to put them in your computer, and how to make your vocals sound awesome using all of these presets. It's kind of a fast track into understanding EQ and compression. So go grab that at www.cellardoorsound.co/free presets, or click the link in the bio, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6. Peace, guys.